satellites. When I'm old and losing sight, carry me home all through the night. I need your love, I need your light, like city lights and satellites. When I'm old and losing sight, carry me home all through the night.
Staring at you, so I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop.
Alright, give me just a second here. I'm going to try to call over our group chat to get the guys on here. You guys are going to be able to hear it because streamer mode's on. And yeah, welcome back to excuse me, another live stream. I know trying to bring these to you guys weekly so that we guys can all get together and talk cars. So yeah, so I'm trying to keep the Discord chat up. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute the desktop audio because I think the music is off. But let me just pop back over here. Oh, camera's sitting a little low. Okay, there we go. Much better. Welcome back to another live stream, guys. Hope everyone's having a good week and is having a good day today. And 8-Bitter already here, my boy, always here, right on the start. Always can count on him. But welcome back to our live stream, guys. Hope everyone's having a good evening, a good day, a good week, whatever. And this one, of course, is another Conversation Street live stream. Pretty much, I really like the title of this. For those who don't know where the name for the stream came from, it's one of those like you have to have been there of things. Like if you watch the Grand Tour, which is what became of Top Gear after Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May left, they had a segment during the first one or two seasons when they actually had the tent. Where they would do Conversation Street and they would talk about automotive news and just general BS to kind of make the show more funny, I guess. And I kind of like I liked the name. It was cool because you get to sit down and do these kind of live things with you guys, and we talk about cars, so it kind of just fits. So we're back for another one of these Conversation Street streams. We're really ramping up on these, and I've got a couple things going on I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight, and mostly good stuff, and we'll get started right away. So last time out, you guys may remember, I unfortunately haven't got to make a video to go in between the two streams. Last time out, I mentioned that I had actually made a switch in tuning. I was previously running an HPA Stage 2 tune. I hate that I had that was hidden for review, but that was freaking hilarious. I love that. I love that Bottom Gear YouTube series. But yeah, so I made a switch in tuning. I talked about last week. I have moved over from HPA to EQT. That will be a video that I'm going to be filming tomorrow, actually. I'm going to be filming two videos tomorrow. One about the switch to EQT, why I did it, and actually installing their tune. Granted, the sucks is I'm probably not going to be able to do a lot of aggressive driving in the video because we are actually getting hit by a tropical storm at the moment. What was left over, I believe it was Hurricane Nicole, the most recent hurricane that hit Florida. So we're getting kind of the remnants of that. So it's been really windy and raining a lot here. So it probably won't be any aggressive driving in this video that I film with the tune tomorrow. It'll probably more than likely just be fairly light kind of stuff. But that will be in the future. I think we finally figured out the limp mode issue. I'm really down to just two things, one of which I think I fixed. So hopefully that will either rule that issue out or it will be, the fix. I swapped out my ignition coils. If you guys follow me on pretty much any other social media, either TikTok and Instagram especially, I posted about it. I switched back to the OEM coil packs in the car. I think I did mention this last week now that I think about it. But I was talking to, I guess kind of talking to a guy on the EQT MQB platform Facebook group, and sure enough, he had the same issue to a T that I was having. And he swapped out his coil packs back to OEM. Never had an issue again. Now, one thing I noted in mine, and I don't remember if I mentioned this, if I did talk about this last week, I guess, 5 days ago, excuse me, was that I had a lot of corrosion built up in the original coil pack for some reason. There was just like kind of stuff that you see, like if you have an old Game Boy that runs on batteries, I know I'm kind of dating myself a little bit, They have like that whitish bluish color corrosion when you let them sit for too long, or I guess anything. I guess this can happen with Xbox, like modern Xbox controllers too, since most of them, they for some reason won't run a rechargeable battery from out of the factory like every other game manufacturer does. Like it gets that kind of white bluish kind of corrosion. Very much like if you took like a pack of Smarties and crushed them, I guess is another. That's just what they look like to me. It just like take a pack of Smarties and crunch them up, and you get like the kind of like chips and dirt and dust and all that kind of stuff that's left over. That's what it looked like on the inside of those coil packs. So I really think that was definitely the issue. Now, something I probably should have done is I probably should have taken the spark plugs out and cleaned those off, and then put those back in. But it looked very much like a bunch of corrosion. I think. Okay, I've been disconnected over in Discord since no one hopped in the group call. Um, See, I'm hoping that's the issue. If not, it's overboosting, and either something's going on, my wastegate's failing, or my turbo's blowing up early, and that will probably instigate a Vortex purchase. So, the leftover from the storm is supposed to hit me early tomorrow morning. I'm hoping by the time it hits you, like the winds mostly die down, and like it's mostly just light rain. Like it's been here, it's been mostly just kind of moderate rain, just with a lot of wind. So I'm hoping that it's not too bad up there tomorrow. But anyway, without further ado, I guess I should show off the access port that I picked up that came in yesterday. And here she is. So I got my EQT cob access port that will be housing, that actually already is housing actively my EQT Stage 2 file, which we'll get to see some use tomorrow when I flash it on the car. It's already got some crud on the screen. So there's that, which I think I just cleaned up. Perfect. Okay. But yeah, so I like this thing so far. I really just like how simple it is and how I can actually keep this in the car, because an unfortunate downside to the HPA system, which I actually have over here. Give me just a moment to do a long reach here. So this is the tuner that HPA utilizes. This is the Alien Tech PowerGate 3 Plus, otherwise known to them as the one-port UWG3. Now, one thing you're obviously going to know is, one, it's pretty much a tablet, and two, it does not have any sort of hookups to be kept in the car, and that is because this actually has 0 data log features, whereas the access port can read gauges off, and you can have, your IATs, your, I think even your AFRs, and certain cars show up on there. Unfortunately, the HPA system does not utilize that and does not have that capability. You have to utilize VCDS, aka VAGCOM, in order to do that, which I also have, but I loaned it to my cousin to go help a friend with a Passat, and I haven't gotten it back yet, so I don't have that on hand to show off. I just happen to have my work computer off here to the side here. You might be able to barely see it. That has VAGCOM installed on it. But yeah, so I got the access port. So now I have currently 3 tuning devices, because I also have 034's or 034's Dynamic Plus tuner, because my transmissions, my DSG's tuned by them, so I had to get that anyway. But another thing that came for the car, which is sitting just off behind me, and I can't, unfortunately, it's too far for me to reach to go grab it, is I did buy a set of taillights. Now, this was actually something that I'm kind of butthurt about in some respect, because I was kind of scammed. So I bought them from a site I'm not going to name right now, because I'm not really in the mood to possibly catch legal action, because people are so happy these days they can take anything and use it as slander. But I bought it from a site online. I paid $450 for these taillights. And I was under the reason I did that is because I knew they were very similar lights that were on sale on Amazon for like $250 to even possibly even less than that. And so I was like, oh, these are $450, so these are obviously the better quality ones. These are the better, well-built ones. These are, great quality stuff. And yet they showed up in VLAN boxes to my door. Now the issue is, I know what VLAN is. I have VLAN headlights in my car, so I know what their boxes look like, and I'm pretty familiar with their quality. And I'm not saying VLAN is bad by any means. I mean, there's a reason why the VLAN headlights are still on the car, because they work great, they look good, and it's kind of a unique style. I get asked about them all the time. I think that's probably it's probably the aspect of the car that gets asked. Yeah, I get asked about the most is the VLAN headlights on that car. So yeah, they showed up in VLAN boxes, and after researching those, the VLAN taillights are the taillights they shipped are the VLAN $250 taillights that you can get on Amazon. So effectively, I got ripped off $200 and was sent, something that was $200 cheaper. I'm kind of annoyed by it, because I was under the assumption that I was paying extra to get better quality parts than what you can get on Amazon or eBay or anything like that, which is most commonly where you'll find the VLAN lights. Just as a general assumption, VLAN is typically well known for being, or at least from what it seems like to me, being on the lower price entry points for aftermarket lighting. Versus, for GTIs in particular, I mean, you got BMP, you've got Helix, and all of those are $500 plus for a set, versus the VLAN stuff, which was considerably cheaper. I think my headlights were still $560, but, obviously compared to BMP costing nearly $1,000. I made out pretty good with the VLAN lays. And so I'm not necessarily butthurt that they're VLAN because I do like VLAN. Their quality's pretty solid, especially considering how cheap they are. The issue is I was ripped off $200 extra on something that I could have just paid $250 for on Amazon and probably would have had faster because I bought them 2 weeks ago and I never even got a tracking number. They just showed up, but they're behind the camera here. See if I can. There's the box down here on the corner. I'm looking at my second monitor to see my OBS stuff, but it's over there, and it's quite annoying, really, because it's just I got pretty much ripped off. But unfortunately, that's it. If I go for 13-14 tails, I'm buying OEM FOMOCO ones. Definitely do that. Just be prepared for that price tag. I remember researching it, and I know people who have 13-14s that have crashed their cars and bought new tails. It is a very expensive endeavor. So I mean, that is a project that I would save up for sure, because I think they're like about $1,000 or $1,100 or something like that per side. So it's a very expensive lighting upgrade. But I think for the 11-12s and stuff like that, or 10-12s, it is so worth it because, you know, I personally think they look better. Now, obviously, I'm biased because we have a 13-14 in the garage, which is not here right now, as my dad's not home. But, you know, we have a 13-14. The taillights look really good on it, so I definitely think it is the move, and I really like how they look. The last thing I got, which is actually running on the TV behind me, and maybe if I nope, I think there's no way I can position this chair and make it visible. Let's see if I lean back far enough. There we go. You might see it all the way here. A lot of people are going to say, Jordan, don't you already have a Switch? I do. That's actually a Steam Deck. I had been wanting a handheld PC for a while, and I know this is probably stuff that's more meant for the second channel, but I've been wanting a handheld PC for a while, and I just was looking into the Aya Neo. I was looking into the GPD Win 3, and I kind of kicked the Steam Deck to the curb because I didn't really think it was capable of all the stuff I was looking for in a handheld PC. I wanted something that could not only play games and play games well, but also wanted something that I can scroll through, like social media. I can get on I can get on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, Instagram, whatever I want to on it, and use it not only as a gaming laptop replacement for my old gaming laptop, which technically was replaced by this, but I'm not allowed to game on it. That was kind of the rule when I got it. It was a gift for my birthday this year. I got this laptop over here for my birthday. But it replaced my old one that I sold, and then I got the Steam Deck as kind of a successor to the gaming side of that. But I wanted something that I could also hook up to the TV, watch YouTube on, and even play games on if I'm out of town and want to play PC games and stuff like that. So, and now we've got 2 portable gaming devices that are current gen. Now I've got a Steam Deck and a Switch, so I definitely look like a hoarder when it comes to tech right now. But now I have a second desktop I'm looking to get rid of, so there's that. So yeah, I was very busy with buying stuff lately, so there's that. And of course, all the Black Friday sales kicked off this week. A lot of the ones I was looking forward to. So now let's make me want to spend more money. We definitely need to play Unbound when it comes out. There is something about Unbound that got revealed lately that is kind of on my nerves, and I haven't looked into it enough to really see if it's what I think it is. But on Steam, I'm going to pop over there real quick and show you what I'm talking about, because it's literally sitting on my homepage right now. It's something that's kind of bothering me, and I'm going to show my Steam here, and if anyone wants to add me on there, I don't care. Yeah, this is my Steam stuff here. But takeover sections of the city need to be Unbound, and it's literally a takeover event. Now, here's the thing. I haven't looked into it enough to really verify if it's the takeovers that in the greater car community we think of, or if it's some sort of just different thing they're just calling a takeover. But that kind of rubs me the wrong way if they actually put takeovers into this game, because obviously at this point the people who enjoy that kind of stuff are the minority now. It seems like that when it comes to the car scene, it's like takeovers are by far the minority now. Everyone's come to their senses, at least. I can go on. I don't want to really get into a heated argument about that, but I just, noted it whenever I was on Steam today playing Heat, and I was just like, dude, what the heck? Did they really put takeovers in this? Because that will actually make me not want to buy the game if that's actually true and there's actually takeovers in the game. I will skip it more than likely at that point. But if that's not the case, I'm more than happy to play it. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with staying with Heat because I haven't even beat Heat yet. So I don't really care to really, I'm not like hurrying to jump ship or nothing Unbound just yet. But I'm just hoping that's not the case. There's not actually takeovers in the game because that will make me not want to buy it. I'm not glorifying that behavior. I'm not encouraging that behavior, quite frankly. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get it on PC as well if I do get the game because I've got this crazy aggressive rig with way too much storage. I'm not gonna waste it. But games this year are so packed because there's so many games I'm looking forward to coming out this year. I mean, we've got obviously Unbound if it's not got takeovers in it, at least in the sense that I'm thinking. Pokemon comes out next week, and I'm really excited for that. I still haven't pre-ordered it, but I really don't think I need to because, goodness, I was looking at the pre-order bonuses and they're trash. So I'm like, I'm not really, looking to pre-order it now. But like, it is, and like on top of that, I think there was another one. I swear there was another game I was looking forward to outside of those two, but I cannot remember what it was. I think it may have been Sonic, but I think that's out. I think that came out yesterday or the day before. So that's out now. So that's cool. I haven't gotten to play it, but mainly because I can't play it on the Steam Deck. So because it's incompatible. Even though I saw a video today of someone playing on Steam Deck, and plus I need to get a controller for the Steam Deck because they don't come with one. Obviously, they don't even come with a dock. The dock's sold separately. And the only controller I have that's not actively paired to something else, because unfortunately neither of my Xbox controllers are Bluetooth capable, is an 8-bit DO controller that for some reason, anytime it goes to sleep, it just will not work when it reconnects. So I do have a DualSense that is Bluetooth capable. I use this on my actual PC, so I'm probably not going to use this for the Steam Deck. Even though it would be so simple, I'd probably use it way more, because a lot of games don't support this guy. And I think it looks pretty solid. I really I like this controller a lot. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do, but I really like this controller. But I'm not opposed to going back to this guy. I mean, I've got a longer cable now, so I can hook this up to my PC. Where is it actually tethered down to at? So I mean, it's a lot longer of a cable. Granted, I still kind of I like to kind of lean back out here whenever I'm playing sometimes because I've got such a big monitor and it's just more comfortable for me to be farther away. For certain games, and obviously when I'm playing racing games on my wheel, I have to sit all the way back up and play it. But when I'm playing on the PC, it's not too bad because I get to use this, and it's not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I need to get back into Heat again. I've been slowly kind of getting back into it because my issue with it is it's still I don't know. I guess I hold Need for Speed at too high of a standard. My standards are too high because I've been waiting on them to finally hit the level that Most Wanted 05 and Underground 2 were. That is to me the peak of Need for Speed. I think everything after that was slowly going downhill, and I think the more games they released, the worse it got. I think, in my opinion, the last Need for Speed game I genuinely enjoyed before the PS4 era was Undercover. Yeah, I know a lot of people hated Undercover, but I actually really liked Undercover. I played a lot of Undercover. That was a game that I think we sold whenever we got rid of our first PS3. I don't really know why. But I went with it for some reason. It was like MotorStorm. We lost MotorStorm because of that too. But that was in my opinion, the last Need for Speed game I genuinely enjoyed. After that, when Criterion took over, it felt too much like Burnout to me. So I had a really hard time enjoying Need for Speed the same way. I mean, I beat the run. I will say I was one of the poor unfortunate souls that beat the run, and a lot of people didn't like the run. I thought it was, it was okay. I didn't really look at it as a high or as even really that good of a game, but I thought it was tolerable, I guess is the best way to put it. It was tolerable enough for me to beat it. So I mean, that should say something considering I haven't beat Heat yet. And then it was they kind of went up in the PS4 era. I mean, I did not enjoy Rivals that much. I played a little bit of Rivals. That was actually one of the first PS4 games I got was Rivals, and I wasn't crazy about it if I'm honest. I mean, it was just kind of there. It felt a lot like, like it felt like they took Hot Pursuit 2010 and made it like worse. Like Hot Pursuit 2010 isn't bad at all, but like it seems like Rivals was just like worse. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just my take on Rivals. And obviously 2015, the Need for Speed reboot in 2015 was solid. That's like probably the first Need for Speed game I've liked since Undercover. I mean, I played a little bit of Shift 2 and stuff like that, but I guess I don't know. I don't feel like Need for Speed is really able to really branch into Sims very well at all, and the physics for Shift 2 were pretty rough. Trying to think what else. What else was there? We had Payback, which was awful. I hate Payback. It's probably my least favorite Need for Speed game. Is Payback by far? No, Most Wanted 2012 is my least favorite, but Payback's like barely above it in terms of my favor. Carbon's what got me to Need for Speed. Now here's the thing: I never actually played the original Carbon. I have Carbon on the streets on Game Boy Advance, and that was my Carbon experience. I did not play the original Carbon, and I'm mad about it. So I think I actually did put it on my Christmas list this year because even though I'm 23, we still make Christmas lists around here. And I did put it on my Christmas list, I think, for either the Wii or the GameCube. Let me look. I cannot remember which one it was. I wasn't trying to go to Google Translate. I was trying to go to Google Docs because I made it a Google Docs. So it'd be easier to get a hold of. Let's see. I think I did put Carbon on there. Let's see. I didn't. Okay. Well, I guess I need to fix that. Because I'm probably going to get it on Wii. Because I'm trying to build my library for systems I don't have a lot of games for. Like my Hot Pursuit 2 and Underground 2 that are on here are for Game Boy or GameCube, excuse me. And I want to get another copy of Underground 2 because my copy is busted. I had it on the PS2. Now, like, I would totally get it on the PS2 version, but like, I already have so many games on that. I don't need to fill up my shelf with any more PS2 titles. I'm trying to branch out on what systems I have that don't have any games on. And that's one of them is a GameCube. So PS2 I'm fully loaded on. I think I have way too many PS2 games, but I'm gonna definitely get it. I definitely want to experience it. I need to see which ones it was available for because I think at that point it was on the Wii only. I don't think the GameCube had any support at that point. But I have Most Wanted 05 on GameCube, and that was a game I was so excited to play finally because I got snippets of it because I had two cousins that had it, but I didn't. And so when I was younger, I played it a handful of times, and then I just never got to experience it myself. And so I think it was last year, it was the year before. I was with Hayden, and we went to a local store that used to be mostly retro games, but now they've moved more towards like tabletop stuff, like your D&D or your Magic the Gathering kind of stuff. And I bought Most Wanted 05 there. And I'm kind of kicking myself because one thing I didn't do, and this is something me and Hayden in particular were getting arguments about all the time, is whether Sonic 06 was good. I know the game's reputation. I know that it is well known for being very, very broken and very buggy. When I was a kid, I rented that game from Blockbuster, and I thought it was one of the greatest games ever played at the time. That wasn't a racing game. Now, granted, I was a pretty biased Sonic fan back then. I think even my 10th or no, I can't remember which birthday it was. It was either my 9th or my 11th birthday, one of the two. Because I know my 10th was Cars because that was when I got Pro Street on DS. Was my 10th birthday, and I'm pretty sure it was either my 9th or 11th birthday. I had it, and I had a Sonic cake and everything. I was a big Sonic fan when I was younger, so. I liked Sonic 06. I will be the first person to say it. And I want to play it again to see if it's just as bad as everyone says it is. Or if I was just the one person that thought it was good. I can't find my Wii. It got lost when I moved 2 years ago. That sucks. I hate when stuff gets lost in the move. I lost an entire Bakugan collection somehow. I used to collect that stuff like candy when I was younger. I had so many Bakugan sets when I was younger. That was probably my second favorite thing for several years. It was battling Pokemon. I had a Mustang cake for my 16th birthday. I don't even remember what mine was. I remember my 16th birthday, I was depressed because the Sport Track had just gotten hit. Or no, 17th. That was my 17th. 16th, I don't even remember. Because at that point, I didn't even have the sport track when I turned 16. I really don't remember my 16th birthday cake, but I remember, I don't remember this year. Wow, I can't believe that. I've forgotten that already. I know I had a fairly large cake, and then me and my friends tore it up because we had to get together here that weekend. Um, but yeah, like, I was big into Sonic for several years, and so Sonic 06 is just one of those games that for some reason I had an affinity for, and I thought it was really good. So, weird, I know, but it is what it is, and I really enjoyed that game. I'm going to see if Michael has made it online. He has not, because he was going to hop on here with me. Probably going to try to call the group chat one. Well, Hayden's offline now, so we'll just call Michael personally, because I don't think Ron wants to hop in here. I don't know if Michael's home yet. We'll try. I'm going to leave this up. Let's see. Need for Speed, though. I don't know. Heat, I'm so torn on, because sometimes I really enjoy Heat. Like the last couple times I've played it, I've really liked it. And then there are times I'm just like, this game is not like, it's kind of mid, but I don't know. I guess I just hold Need for Speed to the standard of like Underground 2 and Most Wanted 05 in particular, and I just haven't experienced a Need for Speed game that I've enjoyed since those two. To that level. Outside of 2015, which was kind of pushing it. 2015 was probably about as close as you can get to Underground 2 and Most Wanted 05, like in the post Criterion era. Michael, I guess, isn't home yet to hop on here. But yeah, that's kind of my rant on Need for Speed. Of course, most of my racing games growing up were Sims. I didn't really play a lot of the arcade stuff. I mean, granted, the first game I ever 100%ed was Midnight Club 3, and I have a soft spot for that game. I know it has aged horribly, and that is a game that is so old now, and it's just the graphics are terrible compared to its contemporaries at the time. I mean, Gran Turismo 4 stepped all over it on graphics. But I adored that game. I adored the art, like how they made it. All the soundtrack was really good. The car listing was fairly solid. I think it included a lot of cars that most racing games don't include. Like the Mark IV R32 for some reason was left out of a lot of games for some reason that I played growing up. I mean, Gran Turismo 4 was like one of the only games I played when I was younger that had it. Midnight Club always gave kind of kind of opened the door for a lot of the more unknown cars, which is one thing I really liked about Midnight Club, is they always put the more unknown stuff. Like the Scion TC was a starter car in Dub Edition Remix. Like, come on, I know people hate like crap all over TCs now, but that to me that was so cool when I was younger that TC was in a Midnight Club game. What's your thoughts on the Mustang being the only true muscle pony car going to be left in the next year? I don't know. I think it's interesting because like the Camaro, I think is in limbo because I see stuff all the time that they're coming out for another model year. It's like the GTR where they won't kill it, but they won't update it either right now. I think the Camaro is kind of in this weird limbo. I mean, obviously the Mopar twins getting discontinued is kind of interesting. Now you guys know I don't like Mopar, so I'm not necessarily like loathing that, but you know, I'm also not up here like, yeah, Mopar's dead. You know, I'm not doing that either. It sucks losing, kind of a stable of American, automotive history. But at the same time, those cars needed to be updated for sure because they're based on 15-year-old Mercedes or 20-year-old Mercedes chassis. So I'm curious to see if they're actually going to come out with new Chargers and stuff later. But next year's going to be funky because like the Camaro's in limbo if it's not already being discontinued. I've been seeing conflicting information on that. Then obviously the Mustang's getting its refresh. It is kind of unfortunate, but it feels like it's finally time for the Mustang to kind of leave the traditional muscle car stereotype and move to kind of compete with a lot of the European stuff that performs similar to it and kind of make it more of a European sports car with an American flair. I think that's just kind of where the Mustang's been headed in the last two generations. I mean, the S550 in particular, they pushed a lot towards more competing in the global sports car market versus just trying to beat down the Camaro and the Mopar twins, which I'm fine with. I mean, it's very much like how Chevrolet's treating the Corvette right now. The Corvette is, no longer the kind of front-engined American icon. It's now trying to go toe-to-toe with some of the biggest, and baddest mid-engine sports supercars kind of things in the world. And I think that's cool that Chevrolet's like, yeah, we've done our work here. let's go global with this. And now they're trying to compete directly against Ferrari and Lamborghini and Audi and companies like that, trying to take down the R8s and like trying to go head with a lot of the cars over there. And I think Ford's doing the same. It seems like the Mustang's become more of a competitor with the Nissan Z and the Supra and the Z4 and stuff like that, which I'm totally fine with. I think they need more competitors in that space. And I think the Ford being the lone V8 option in that group is going to allow it to be a good competitor for that. Now, obviously, I feel like in terms of it battling in that segment, it's probably more close to the Supra because it's the only one that also offers a 4-cylinder option. So I think that's going to be an interesting comparison people are probably going to have because, in that price point, they're going to be fairly similar, the Mustang and the Supra. Granted, I think the Mustang is probably still going to be a good bit cheaper than the Supra, so that's probably going to be a more popular car between the two because the Supra is still going to cost a good bit more than the Mustang. Even though, if I'm honest, if I'm looking at that segment head on, I'm biased. And I know people are probably going to say because I drive a German car, I'm probably going to want this, but I would actually buy a Supra. I would probably get the Supra, even though I love the Mustang and I think it's a great car. I don't know. I've always been a Supra fanboy. And I think in that segment, that's my car choice. My dad is actually looking into getting into that market next year. He has full intentions on purchasing a Nissan Z within the next year or two. So that'll be exciting. We'll get to have a fairly new and kind of groundbreaking car in the family. I've obviously been trying to keep him away from the markups. I think he's planning on ordering his own to try to do as much avoiding of the markups as he can. Hayden has just popped up online on Discord, but he's not actively in any sort of call with us, so I don't know if he's wanting to hop in a group call or anything like that. I'm not going to bother him. But yeah, we're looking into getting a Z as well. I've always owned Ford, so I'm going to have to go with the Mustang. I understand that. If I'm honest, though, the Sport Track, as much as I liked it, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for the Blue Oval because of just how much of a basket case it became towards the end of the time I had it. I unfortunately didn't have the luck you had. Yours was bulletproof and was never problematic, whereas mine, just as soon as it rolled over like 230, it just went to complete crap. And it broke down more than I could keep up with it. And that kind of made it hard for me to want to get not only another Ford, but another domestic when I was looking to get a new car. And of course, obviously, insurance is a thing. And unfortunately, that really only leaves like the Focus ST and the Focus RS. There wasn't really any other alternatives. I debated getting a Caliber SRT4 at one point. I think that was a car I briefly considered. Because Mopar, the only way I will drive a Mopar if it's got an SRT4 badge on it or if it's a 2500 Cummins truck. Quite frankly, I don't have any interest in driving anything else made by them. As I've stated hundreds of times now. But I did look into getting a Caliber SRT4. But the issue is that when you're sitting in the same, like when you're looking at like the market, you've got the Focus ST, you've got the Caliber SRT4, you've got the GTI, you've got like the Veloster N if you're willing to spend more money. And then it's like all of those, it's like the Caliber is kind of the oddball because not only was it only produced for a couple of years, it's the least reliable of the bunch outside of the Fiat 500 Abarth being a thing. Those are terribly unreliable. But like the interior is so much worse than its entire competition. And so it was like the Caliber was just not high enough in the running. Maybe if I was on a tighter budget, I would have considered getting one. But goodness, they are so not worth the money because they're not good daily drivers now. I mean, it's got the same motor the SRT4 Neon had, and that is very well known for being unreliable. But I think still the Abarth was way worse. But that is a car I did heavily consider, just not caring about the reliability and getting one. I still have the Abarth of the Caliber. That's what I was about to say. Is as bad as reliability in an Abarth is, I probably would still take one over a Caliber. Because it's the sound. I mean, I know that the Abarth has probably one of the worst reliability percentages of any car that's in that segment, but I do love that sound. That sound carries really hard because I just really like that kind of burbly sound that Abarths have. It's so weird how playful those engines are for being one, a single overhead cam engine in the modern era. But two, being so small, like being a 1.4 liter. There are bikes with bigger engines than those things now. and it's kind of interesting. It's just how cool those things are. I really like them. I really like Abarths, but that's one of those cars that like I love to watch from afar. And if someone gave me the keys to drive one, I would not say no. I would be like, heck yes, let's go. Even if it's slower than my GTI, even if it's so unreliable, even if it's really small, and I'm a big guy, so that probably wouldn't have worked out very well for me. But like, I would have totally have done it, but that would be one of the cars I was not be hunting to buy immediately. I think you just actually sent me a ad for the Mustang. I like that. I wish I had one of those for mine. But like the Abarth's cool. I really like those. I just couldn't. I was like trying to convince myself in every way because I've hyped them up for years. I was like, I gotta get one. I gotta get one. I've been talking about how cool they are for years. I mean, I did a video on the Crew, like that's my top 10 favorite cars, and the Abarth was number one. I think in both videos I did, the Abarth was in there. And I didn't buy one, and that was because I couldn't bring myself to the reliability. Granted, there's a lot of cars that I would have considered now that I know my commute is so short, because my commute to work is 16 miles round trip. I mean, I do not drive far. Like, I'm putting 16 miles on my car in a day. Like, I'm barely burning gas to go to work. I think I burn more gas in my cold start than I do actually driving to work. So it's like, maybe if I had known... Well, the Abarth isn't actually manual only. The Abarth did come with a 5-speed auto, I think. So it was like a really... maybe a 6-speed. I think they did a 5-speed manual and a 6-speed auto. I think it was the only way to get a 6th gear in an Abarth was to get the automatic. But it's a complete slush box. I would rather walk than deal with that slush box of a transmission that was in the Abarth. Well, there's so many cars. If I had known I was be driving so little, like I would have totally considered it. Like the M3, like the E92 M3. That is a car I adore, and I would have totally bought one had I known that my commute was going to be so short. Or I would have gotten an E60 M5, which is a car I wanted for years. But if I had known that my commute was going to be so short, granted, I think that's probably also detrimental to those because can't really get everything in good shape on an E60 with that short of a commute. But you also can't drive them far because they break down. I could have done, all that kind of stuff. So curious, how is the 6R80 in your dad's Mustang? It holds up, but man, it is not engaging and fun at all. Like, I think out of all the automatics I've driven, outside of the 6L60, I think that's in my mom's car, that's probably the least enjoyable automatic transmission I've ever driven, because it's like there's no sportiness to it. I mean, it's cool because you can shift it manually and all, but it's like I don't have like the same experience to do my DSG where I click a paddle and I'm going, and it's got DSG farts. It's very instantaneous. It's kind of just enjoyable. The 6R80, I mean, it shifts about as fast as my Sport Track did, and it's just the only thing it's got to it is it's a fairly strong transmission, and it's got a manual mode, and that's something that I can't say for most Ford models now because they've been discontinuing it on all the stuff that isn't a Mustang or an F-150. Like, those are the only vehicles I think that are left that Ford makes that actually have a manual mode on their automatics. But like the 6R80 is just kind of a dog. Like it does its job, and some people really like them because of how strong they are. But it's just I don't like them. I'm a 10R80 guy. I will say the MT82 is not as bad as people say. I think the shifter. I think the feel of an MT82 is fine. I think it's just the fragileness. That scares me about buying an MT82. It's just just how fragile the shift forks are. I think it's the shift forks. I know the newer MT82s, I think is the Gen 4 transmission or whatever that they used on the 18 and up cars. Those had some bad shift forks in them. Those snapped them on a pretty regular basis. The group chat has been called. Michael's here. Michael! My boy.
Shut up.
Okay. So streamer mode's on, so it didn't ding me.
Oh, I did see that. I just saw that.
Yeah.
Streamer mode's on.
But yeah, Michael is
You
now...
didn't even tell me I was being recorded, dude. I'm calling police.
Yeah, well, it's a single party consent state.
Yeah, you're right.
I know the laws. I work with them. But anyway, Michael has now joined me here on the Discord, so I know this is a fairly light stream, so I know not a lot of people are watching, but Michael's here for the archive purposes, and yeah, Michael's been doing some stuff too, so what you been doing, boy? What you working on?
Oh, just sitting here.
Michael's actually been hard at work on trying to dial the Mazda's tune anymore, because he was having quite an issue with Spark Knock a while back, which I think you've said has the weather really made it any better? Like outside before you tuned it up?
Ever since it's gotten below like 70 degrees, it hasn't been knocking.
That's good. I know.
It was also running super lean, so that also had a role in it.
Yeah, that could be.
But I have fixed that. Now it's running only slightly lean in certain parts of the RPM range, and then like slightly rich. So,
what is it they say? Lean is mean, or something like that.
I've actually been watching High Performance Academy. They have some videos online that I've been watching. It doesn't necessarily make more or less power, I guess, but
it's more for reliability, just keeping it from blowing itself up from not having enough fuel.
But I definitely still think it gained power because it does torque steer like mad in third gear.
Oh, goodness. In third.
It's pretty bad.
Oh. That's something
I'm carrying more calculated load all the way pretty much to red line.
Right. Michael has been dialing his car in the last couple of days because for those who don't know, Michael is just very smart. And he figured out how to tune his own car, and he has made the Mazda even more of an aggressive car than it once was. So that's kind of wild.
If I had to guess, I don't think the Mazda even made over 380.
Really? Now, do you think?
I don't think so.
Do you think it's now over 400 now that you've dialed it in?
No, I don't. I still don't think it's over 400. I need to dial it in more.
I guess
I don't know.
Do that, and then we need to take it to EB Tech and see if they'll dyno it.
I'd rather not go to EB Tech because I'm sure they're expensive. But I thought about going to Mo's Speed Shop and see if they'll let me borrow their dyno.
Like they did with Taurus?
Yeah, that way I can get numbers.
And they'll let you do it. I mean, I hope their shop can now actually handle a front-wheel driver in their dyno. 'Cause, gosh, I about asphyxiated from the exhaust fumes from the Taurus because how they had it because they couldn't aim the exhaust out. That sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Michael's not on the stock turbo anymore. How long has that been now since you got that motor put in there?
It's
been a minute.
Like January or February, I think.
It wasn't too long after I got the car.
No, it wasn't that long.
I think it's been like 6 months. Let me look. Let me pull up the channel because I remember I posted a video that not too long after you had that motor put in the car, and it'll kind of give us an idea. Where is that video at?
Oh, I could look at my pictures.
It's about 7 months is what my video is showing on that topic.
I can give you a more accurate number.
So it's about April-ish. But
it was a few weeks before the Dragon, actually.
No, I'm showing April was when he first got it started. Because I'm seeing the April Caffeine and Octane video right afterwards. Because that was the day before April Caffeine and Octane. Because I remember that. Because I remember asking you if you were going to try to throw it all back together and drive it to Caffeine and Octane the next day, and you were like, no.
Nope.
Because I was back when I only had the intake on my car. That was the only thing that car had done to it.
March. Yeah, what did you say?
Like April. So, wasn't that far off.
Oh, here it is. Here's the first start video. April 2nd.
Hey. But,
with the slanted motor that is no longer.
Yeah. Michael had a mishap with one of his motor mounts and they made the engine sit funny.
Oh, by the way, that fan does not flow enough.
Oh, you have to do a double setup?
Either that or get a better fan.
Get a big boy? That's the first I've ever heard of Mishimoto not being able to do enough.
I don't know why. It's a 12-inch. I think it's a 12-inch fan. I thought it was decent, but
weird.
I don't know. They have a race fan, but it's like $150.
Sheesh. Might be worth it.
Think about just getting a Chinese one for now.
There you go. Something that's low cost and
yeah,
we'll at least do the job
for a little while.
Yeah. Could you like the one I had in the Sport Track? That was a pretty solid fan. It did a good job.
Yeah,
Keeping the
I noticed cool. when I first turned it on, I was like, man, that's not very loud.
Take the hood off. That's what they better say. Take your hood off.
There you go.
Run a hood exit. Be that guy.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Dude, no way.
Yes, way. What are you looking at?
The radio, the new updated version,
Mhm.
is $200. It's almost.
Is it on sale?
Yeah.
You gonna buy it?
I want to, but no.
Dang.
What if Ron will buy mine and I'll buy the updated version?
Yeah. Or Hayden. Could try to talk to Hayden about it. So
Hayden won't buy it.
Hayden's still rocking that factory radio.
Hayden won't buy it.
What?
He won't buy it.
Man,
He won't buy anything.
dang. Throwing shade
Um,
on the live stream.
I'm not throwing shit.
I know I'm messing with
He knows it.
you.
He says it. What do you mean, bro?
I know I'm messing with you.
You don't know.
But yeah, Michael's car is even more crazy now. I've been debating.
Yeah, it carries a full extra 2 pounds of boost all the way to red line.
Shoot.
It's kind of crazy.
Aren't you making 27 now?
No, so I never really checked the data logs on it for boost pressure. I was always just checking AFR. It actually peaks for. Oh, I'll just look it up.
That's what I need to do. Is I need to actually get the log list that EQT uses on the access port. So they'll have all they want me to have it whenever I do have to data log it, which I'm gonna do for a lot of the early drives,
Google Sheets.
just in case it does kick back into limp mode again. I'll have it caught in 4K. I don't need
Okay,
to.
so we hit. So it goes 20. It'll run up to 22.
Can't be a
Let's see.
YouTube event with Michael without that. That's fine though. It's funny.
So also, did I mention to you that it's pulling throttle out?
I think didn't
'Cause
you program that?
I'm hitting a load target, so it pulls throttle to not exceed that load target.
That's kind of cool. I'm sure that
Um,
a lot of motor cars do that now. I feel like that's just like I know. I mean, that's cool
I
for
don't-
yours, but
I don't know what that load target is, but also with the spoofing of the MAF sensor, with the port injection system, if it's calculating load properly, like internally, like the car is going to run fine. The car thinks that it's only getting so much airflow,
right.
and so, but it's peaking at a load of 2.48, whatever that is relative to the car. I don't know.
Is that bar or is that a?
No, it's not even. It's just a internal calculation of airflow kind of deal with the car. It's what the car uses for traction control, all that stuff. So, but that's the highest it's ever been, and then it carries 2 all the way to like 5,000 RPM.
Right.
But in the previous log, it peaked at like 2.21.
Right.
So almost 0.20, whatever that number is, less.
Right.
Just from adjusting the fuel ratio.
I got you.
I didn't add boost or anything.
So in layman's terms, for people like me, it's better
Sure.
to put it in dumbed down.
I am also hitting a higher MAF voltage
Mm.
that I've never hit before, which is 4.07 volts. Before it would only get like 4.01.
Is it an adjustment? Is your voltage an adjustment?
Yeah. You don't remember.
I ain't doing that again. That sucked.
You
I
don't
wasn't
know.
even the one underneath the car doing it. I'm glad I didn't record that day when we were trying to do the wastegate. That sucked. That was, all of us were, tempers were heated. That I will say that.
But no, for the boost thing though, so I'm showing at 3,700 RPM, it is hitting 25 pounds of boost.
Yeah.
And by 3,800, it's at 26. But then not long after, at about 4,000 RPM, it's down to 21, 22-ish.
Mhm.
But then for some reason it peaks again at 25 at 4,800. But
Yeah.
then it'll carry that 23, 22 all the way to red line after that.
Sheesh.
So I don't know what that's about. It like tries to overcompensate boost pressure.
Abitter said that he's been debating on getting an aftermarket stereo for his Mustang, but at the same time, he doesn't want to spend $200 on just the dash kit. That is expensive. But if you're going Tesla screen, which is what I would do in an S197, like, I'd do that. I think it's cool. 26 pounds. Holy crap! Do you have a turbo from a Power Stroke? Nope. Michael's just got a hog. I don't think it's Power Stroke.
I just got a little baby engine. That's all.
Right. We got to run a lot of boost with these little baby engines. I think GTIs commonly will push past 29 once you get them on an upgraded turbo.
See, I think if I got an exhaust manifold and intake manifold, I wouldn't have to run so much boost to make the same power.
Right. It'd probably be better, too, at that point.
And also port, like, the head and stuff.
Yeah, just go crazy. Are you going to do that in your built motor when you get that done?
I would like to, yeah.
Trying to make sure my Steam Deck stays awake.
See, I'm also I need to figure out what good timing numbers are.
Yeah.
I would love to put the timing. I need to look that up, what timing he pulled out.
So you can put it back in?
Yeah, I'll put that timing back in and just see what happens.
Yeah. Trying to think. I blanked for like a quick second there. I'm like completely brain dead at the second. But yeah, I mean, like GTIs, I mean, they could go like into the 30s when you get an upgraded turbo. I guess that's why people make so much power out of them. And
I mean, I am at 70, basically 70% wastegate. So I mean, I'm almost maxing out the turbo boost.
Goodness.
I don't know how much power that car makes, dude. There's no telling.
We got to put it on a dyno at some point.
There's so many variables that play into it. All my stock manifolds is one, so flow.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of boost, but that's not direct. That's not directly relatable to horsepower or torque or anything.
Right. A-Bitter said that's also all with stock internals. He was wondering that is all stock internals.
CX-7 motor.
Yeah, that's not even a speed motor. I mean, it is, but
Well, it is, but it's not.
It is, but it isn't. The motor didn't come out of a speed, but yeah. I don't know why I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to make 8-Bitter a moderator. I don't know why I have dragged my feet on doing this for so long. If I can remember how to do that, because that is it in the permissions? No. Aha.
Don't you just click the 3 dots by his name?
Maybe. Let me look. Yep. Bam. Ta-da! I was trying to do it the long way. Yeah. Now, 8-Bitter's now a moderator. So there's that. I don't know why I
also saw a thing. Here, you can. I don't know how this would work for you, but you can.
Are you trying to stream it on Discord and then I stream it to the live stream?
Yeah.
We'll do some funky business. Let's see what we got here. I'll pull up something to hide the chat here.
Shortcut.
There's my Steam library. If anyone wants to see
I accidentally deleted the Axis tuner.
Oh, rip.
Well, I didn't delete it when I swapped over to the M.2 drives. It was on there, I guess.
I'm leaving this up for a short time if anyone wants to add me on Steam. If anyone's watching this in the archive or something like that and wants to see what kind of shenanigans I get up to on Steam, here you go. While Michael's setting this up. I actually go back here. I'm going to pull the chat over to my other monitor so I can keep an eye on it while Michael's doing this.
I don't think there's anything doxable on there.
Yeah, Michael had an incident with that recently where someone doxed him on Gary's mod, so... Like the desktop wallpaper. Thank you. I like that. That was a good picture. And that wasn't even one of the big photographers that are out there that took that picture. That was one I took. Surprisingly, I actually took a decent picture for once. I want my dad to go next time because, he's learning the art of automotive photography. I'd like to see him try all the crazy stuff. Auto photography looks so cool, but it's such an expensive hobby to get into because you have to get a good camera, or else no one's going to take you serious.
You don't know. Oh, that's right. I can't switch it over to another screen because it likes to crash it for some reason, so that's cool.
Oh, you got it up. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pop out. And we're going to go full screen on this, and I'm going to.
Wait, did I?
Yep,
Okay,
it's up.
it's still on there. Hang on. I'm trying to
Live tuning.
pull up.
Some live tuning with
I'm probably not going to make any adjustments right now because I need to. Because everything that I adjusted last night is on the port injector controller.
Mm-hmm.
So none of this stuff is going to change. But I am going to check and see how much timing he pulled out.
Hayden said, "WTF is this?" Oh, that's actually an I, but whiff is this? I don't know what it's a thing that Michael's doing. He wanted me to put on here, so Hayden, get in the group chat, bruh.
Oh,
what are you doing in the YouTube chat, my boy? Come on in.
oh, but before he decided to say that there's some sort of a leak,
Mm-hmm.
that's not there, that's not existent. When he was tuning the car.
Keyword was.
Exactly. So let's see.
It's crazy that Michael was just like, I can do this better than this guy, and he did it. So what does that cube there down there in the bottom half like represent?
Just a 3D.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't know
3D
what you
tubes.
just did.
Hang on. I'm trying to... Yeah, so... That's the first revision. So it's got more advanced? Is that right?
I don't know.
This
is well out of my
7.5 and it's at 9.5 on there. 8.
I wonder.
7.
I wonder if you could read the tune file off my car, like the EQT tune.
I doubt it because this is for the Mazda
specifically.
Yeah.
So it's like a different access tuner for each car platform.
8. 7.
Hey, there he is.
5. Yeah. So I could probably just take that table and apply it over.
Michael is using Access Tuner from Cobb, and apparently I have just learned that it's apparently a platform-specific thing. Like either
that's why I can't tune my truck. I wanted to get it for my truck, but they're not doing it because their whole green speed thing.
Right.
So I can't even get the software for my truck. But this is basically how the car runs. This is what I adjusted the day before when I did all my stuff. So I took it was somewhere in this range. I think it was like 75 somewhere, 74. So from here all the way to 4 volts, I adjusted it to match what the AFRs were, and I think it was slightly, it was lean. So I came in here and basically said, hey, you're getting more air, and so in return it adds more fuel.
Right.
And this is all under open, is it open loop or closed loop? I always get them confused.
Michael's truck is not a 5.0, he's got the 2.7 EcoBoost.
2-cell.
Yeah.
Closed loop is where the car runs only based off this table.
Hey, we should get you an access port for the S2000, even though it won't do anything.
What?
Oh.
Right? A complete waste of money, and it's not going to do anything. It'd be cool.
But I've got this. I don't know if this would work. Hang on.
I just realized I've never seen anything access port related to a Honda.
No, that's why they always have the laptops in the passenger seat.
That or what is, I think they have, like, they used to use like the same stuff HPA uses. Because I think don't they use those on 10th gens? They use like that kind of tablet thing that HPA does.
Oh, they don't count for Honda people.
That's fair.
The new gen guys.
They don't count as Honda people if they got a 10th gen?
No, they don't know nothing about VTEC.
They know a lot about Earth Dreams.
Yeah, they do.
You don't know.
I don't.
You're right. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
In somewhere.
You're right here.
Oh, true.
Can you see this, Jordan?
See what?
The data log?
Where at? You closed your stream.
Yeah, I know. Open it back up.
Oh, you got a new one? Oh, yeah. Do this. Well, bam. All right, we got Michael's Finger. If you can't get rid of an engine light, just keep clearing it as you drive. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of the old Honda guys, they actually set their shift lights up to be the check engine light, so it came on anytime they needed to change gear in the old Civics. I thought that was kind of smart. They would just give me a heart attack anytime I'm driving.
So this column here is AFR. This is my most recent tune. Not the one that I adjusted last night. I still have yet to flash that. I addressed all this super rich area right here, 10.8. And then there's a lean area. Yeah, right here is the 12 somewhere. Right here. No, so I don't know. Somewhere in there. But I adjusted all that last night, so hopefully I'll get that ironed out more. And if I have to get it more precise, I'll have to do it through that MAF curve table that we were just looking at.
Yeah. Avitter said I'm a Ford owner. I'd be worried if I didn't get an engine light. Relatable. When the Sport Track would go like months without breaking down, I'd be like, I'm kind of scared a little bit.
That's the only car I have that hasn't given me a check engine light.
Yeah, your Ranger's been a tank.
Good.
Oh man,
These are my boost targets.
Well, the Genesis check engine light was your own doing.
no, it wasn't.
The cat code?
Catless.
No, they had an O2 sensor. Like, I thought you were about the O2 sensor that went out like the week I got it.
No, I'm talking about like the only one that's actually sat for a while.
O2 sensors are lame anyway. No one needs them.
Apparently I do. My car apparently measures all of its fueling off.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I did find your primary O2 sensor.
Mine?
Yep, it is before the turbo even. It's on the header.
What? Oh, that makes
Or
sense. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I've seen it.
I found that. I saw that when we were screwing with the turbo.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the most jank spot. Like, if you ever have to replace that, dude, sell the car.
No, I've already decided if I'm upgrading the turbo, I'm not touching it. I'm taking it somewhere. I'll pay the labor. I'm not doing it.
Jesus, this guy.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to push y'all through it. So, that car is complicated. It's definitely more complicated than I expected it to be. But
here's the thing that I was telling you about the throttle. So in first gear, at 100%, when I press the throttle at 100%, which is the top row,
yeah,
at 100%, it's only showing 75.
Right.
So that way, no matter what I do, I can only hit 75% throttle in first, and second's 85. And everything else after that's normal.
Gotcha. That's kind of neat. Kind of like your own boost by gear.
It's my own pedaling it instead of like
having to do it yourself. Yeah,
but it also makes it feel a little bit different because like right in here, I just basically took this number and the number that I wanted and just interpolated it.
Yeah, and
so it'll step it up smoothly and make a straight line instead of having to figure out, hey, how do I make this number get closer to but it makes it feel like I can give it more precise throttling whenever I'm trying to let the clutch out, and it makes it feel a little bit better, actually. It's kind of weird. It still does its jank thing, but it works. What was another thing that we were talking about? So my load table, load target. So right here.
I was really... you broke it. Nice wallpaper.
Cool. Thanks. It changes. It's actually a slideshow.
It's a dog.
This load target here, this 240, that's the one that I'm hitting.
Sheesh.
Right in here. So, I can come in here and turn this value up, but I don't want to... I don't know if that guy had it set to a certain number to save a stock block or what.
Yeah.
But... yeah.
So I think I remember you saying, is the Speed 3 like the GTI where it's not the horsepower that kills them, it's the torque that does them in?
Yeah, 400 torque. But I heard a guy say up to 500 something horsepower.
That's what I've been seeing too.
I See, but that's the thing that confuses me because you can go in here, you can change your ignition, you can change ignition timing, right?
Mm.
But at the same time, when you like, if I change those numbers, how does that separately do torque and horsepower?
Right.
It's not like, oh, you adjust boost and it makes more torque, or
Right.
they're both tied together. It doesn't make sense.
Like EQT talks about that. They're able to limit the torque to keep stop blocks saved, and I'm just like, I don't
Well,
understand how that works. Because I think it's on the Vortex page they talk about that, and I'm like, what? Because like you said, it just seems like they're proportionate. If horsepower goes up, so does torque. But I don't know. Modern cars confuse me. And they don't make them like they used to. You know, you can just used to take a
Oh
screw.
my god, shut up.
Right.
Back in the good old days.
I still can't believe you almost traded the Genesis for a classic.
Dude, smoking that good shit.
Boost limits, fuel cut. Oh! Hang on, what the heck? Boost limits, but we're targeting 24.
Yeah.
Hang on, what was that?
Is it sad? I feel like if Hyundai brought the Genesis Coupe back, it'd be electric.
Oh, we're targeting 22. But we're limited at 24, but I'm hitting 26.
Got some shady stuff going on over there.
Hang on. So if we're at 26 pounds of boost.
Hey, remember when we were at McDonald's last week?
That's wastegate.
About what?
Remember we were at McDonald's last week and I was talking about the quarter pounder, and I was just like, yeah, I think I should do a double one, or you said I should do a double one next time I went because I thought that this regular one was too small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a double quarter pounder tonight, and that's the first time McDonald's has actually made me full. Like
Yeah,
to where
I
I'm
get
like,
a shit
ooh,
ton of food at McDonald's if I'm ever gonna feel full.
right,
It's like air.
right. No, I've been craving a quarter pounder for like the last couple of days, and my mom was at work because I was home today. I was working from home today, and they're in their jury trial. And my mom was like, "Oh, if you want a quarter pounder, I'll run to McDonald's to get one." I was like, "Heck yeah!" Because I was telling my girlfriend earlier, it was like if I don't get one from tonight for dinner, I was like, you can get the guys. If I get the guys together tomorrow, I'll probably just be like, "Hey, let's go to McDonald's." But now I've had both of my cravings in a week. I had a Taco Bell craving. I got Taco Bell, and then it made me sick. And then had my quarter pounder and stuff.
Oh man, dude, I don't know. This is very confusing.
That's a lot of math, and I'm not good at math.
No, right here we're at 2.23 load. But the limit at 3,500 RPM was 20 or 2.4. Where was it? Load.
Dang, hey, didn't even laugh.
3,500 is 2.38, but we're only at 2.2.
Yeah.
And it's already limiting the throttle somewhere. For some reason, I don't know why.
So if I did a data log on my car, the EQT tune, you could probably tell me what all these mean.
I'm trying to right now. What do you mean?
Fair enough. So this is your actual log.
Yeah, this was... Yeah. This is what it currently runs as right now.
We should log Hayden's speed 3 and see what it's like.
Yeah, we can.
And log Mike or Ron's.
Fucked.
We should. We should log everybody's cars. Because you don't have to have software to do it. You just go on Google Sheets and... I want to get a better software with graphs and everything.
Right.
It's easier to look at.
You can't do that in Access Tuner?
No. No, it's just for... It's not a logging software. It's a...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I
don't know why it's limiting throttle here.
Yeah.
I know why it is down here where it's at like 73% throttle. when it should be at like 76.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it is up here. It's not lean or anything. It's not knocking, but it wouldn't pull throttle for knock.
Yeah.
See, that's at one 1 degree of spark advance. That's crazy. These engines have such low timing. It's actually ridiculous. I'm curious to see what kind of timing your engine runs.
Mine?
Yeah.
I guess we can only hold the one way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a lot of it.
You should download Access Port Manager.
Already have it.
Okay, I figured.
That's how I figured out the tune was already preloaded on it. Like, I didn't think it was. I thought I was going to have to send information to him, but it was already loaded. It said EQT Stage 2 on it. As soon as I plugged it in, I was like, sweet.
Nice.
And I wanted to make sure the firmware was up to date.
Yeah.
I figured if green speed was already going to be on it, it was already going to have it by the time I got it. So
Yeah.
I was like, there's no point in trying to hold off the firmware update.
See, it is actually rich. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I bet
Yeah.
that's it.
What?
I bet that's exactly it.
We're running the
It's
10 rich.
running too rich, so it's at 10.5. I think the limit here is max enrichment. Hang on, let me find it. Fuel tables. Max enrichment is 10.8. I wonder if that's why if it pulls throttle. But it doesn't. The description doesn't say.
Give me just a second. I'm moving over to grab a box that's over here.
You don't know.
Okay.
What do you guys think of this hurricane? I didn't know it was a thing until today.
You're pretty sweet.
Yeah, isn't that nice, dude?
You get to drive into work in the rain.
Oh, speaking of work, it must be nice because I'm not working tomorrow.
What?
Dude, I'll trade you.
Yeah, they said.
You want to go unload some trucks? I'll stay home and I'll just send you.
Yeah. You gonna also collect the paycheck for you too?
I'll fucking give you the day. I don't want to fucking go.
Oh, you gotta work tomorrow?
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow.
On a holiday?
What holiday
It's
is
not
tomorrow?
a holiday.
Veterans Day is a holiday. It's a national holiday.
Nah.
Nah, if I'm working, it's not a holiday, clearly. And there's a veteran working there, so I guess it's
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for serving this country. You still got to work
would've-
on your day.
I would have. I don't
They're
think
gonna come
veterans
like a
work.
truck too, because we're getting like 18 goddamn trucks.
Yeah, no. I call out.
No, but freaking yeah, they said that since it's gonna be raining, we're not gonna work. But then they also hit me with check this out on next Thursday or next Wednesday and Thursday, right? They don't want me to come in. They want me to come in that Friday, and then that following Monday, they don't want me to come in.
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, hey guys, you moved me to part time? What the fuck?
Shoot.
So I'm gonna be calling Ricky. And be like, yo, you need some help because I am free for next week.
I like me and Hayden are thinking the same thing.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, okay.
Who the hell's
Thanks for
Ricky,
explaining.
anyways?
It's some sort of Friday
Friday
reference.
company.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, no, I know that. No, it's Michael's Ricky.
Oh.
Who's this?
I
Wait,
think,
what? Hello?
Sweet convo.
Glad everybody's in this conversation. It's great. Are you talking to me?
Yeah,
Talking to
who are
me?
you calling?
That's the guy that owns the company I used to work for.
Oh, those guys?
Yeah. I'm gonna call him and be like, yo, you need a slut for a week.
Yo.
Pour yourself out for a week. Construction's a dirty job.
Dude, good.
You passed around.
Look at them tail locks. That's so funny, dude. Dude, talk about getting tossed around, dude. I'm a freaking salad next week.
Yo. And this stream is now PG-13. Oh, y'all should go check the group chat. I just sent something over there.
I did. I said them tail lots.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I was wondering what the fuck it was he was talking about.
Yeah, dude, Hayden, you should call out tomorrow, dude. We need to have some fun.
Dude, I will get butt raped by all those guys there. They'd be so goddamn mad if I called out.
I mean, I'll still.
Yo.
Never mind. What?
Dude, I can't. I'll get roasted to hell and back. I can't.
Mike, you trying to come by tomorrow and put these slap these bad boys in?
Yeah, you gonna pay me? Because I'm obviously
Pay me. I need it.
working for everybody now.
I got $20 in my wallet.
I'll take it.
I'll give you 15 if it's like a buy lunch.
What? Oh, so you can buy lunch? What the heck?
Right. No, I got a haircut appointment in the morning, but after that, I've got nothing planned. Yeah, it is very much rated R. Okay.
Okay.
No, but Hayden, I was gonna tell you about it yesterday. I don't know if you caught the conversation when I was talking to Michael yesterday. I bought these from that site. They had them for like $450. And the reason I bought them, I was like, oh yeah, these are the high quality ones. They showed up in a VLAN box, which is the same ones that are $250 on Amazon.
Get ripped.
I got scammed for $200.
Yeah, you did. They had you, bro.
I could have bought them on Amazon for $250 and had them 2-day Prime shipped. I had to wait 2 weeks for them.
Return them junks then.
Nah.
What you should do, you should go ahead and just buy the ones on Amazon and then return the Amazon ones to the company so you still get the $400 price.
Big brave move.
So you still get the $400 ones?
Right?
Do it.
Make it $200 profits.
Do it.
I'm gonna have to private this stream. Jeff's gonna see it and he's gonna call you out.
Jeff.
Dang it, Jeff.
That's all.
No, there is one small hurdle we might have to jump through tomorrow, though. So I was watching online. It's the driver's side taillight. There's a chance we may have to trim a connector because for some reason there's some sort of casting issue, like the plastic inside, not the actual metal pieces, but
a holy shock waiting to happen.
And then we got to run a wire for the sequentials, which will be interesting.
That's good.
It's a little jumper wire that connects to the outside and inside, so it's an annoyance. Rather large one at that. I have to watch the video on it again.
Knock retard. Here
we can do it without, but it'll just look funky.
You're gonna look funky.
You
always do.
Yeah, I like these things. They look sick. I can only imagine how cool they're gonna look on a black car. Like,
dude, I know. My God, I'm all about that murdered out, dude.
Even my car's not gonna stay black forever.
Almost everything. The Charger. I did the taillights, but
the Jeep and the Taurus.
Yeah, the Jeep and the Taurus, dude. Those were fully murdered.
Yeah, it works because they're black cars too. So
black rim. Yeah.
I tried to with the Sport Track as much as I could.
Black rims. I painted the rims on both of those cars black or plasti dipped, I guess. I jank dipped them.
And then he can come with me and help me get this tune flashed on the car.
Yeah.
Even though there's not going to be much help that he had, but because I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. But
see, I need to pull.
And you can play my Steam Deck.
Pull. Hello.
And you can play with the Steam Deck.
I would play on a real computer.
Okay.
Like my laptop.
I will say I do like that thing. But the issue...
my laptop? Yeah, I do too. I love my
laptop.
My laptop's awesome. Yeah, I love my laptop. My laptop.
The Steam Deck's pretty sweet. I like it.
You don't know.
I do know. It sucks because every game I have on it has to run on low. Which is kind of unfortunate about the Steam Deck, but I guess it makes sense. It's an APU. And the screen's so small you don't notice it that much. Only issue I have is EA and their BS, because I've got Need for Speed installed on there. I can't run Need for Speed easily. Like, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't load. But when it does, sometimes it doesn't carry my save file over. Like, I played it this morning on the Steam Deck, and I finally leveled up in the game to where it unlocked the GTI, since for some reason it's not a starter car, even though there are cars that have much higher ratings in the game by then. And so I worked it, got the GTI and all that stuff, and then it wouldn't load on the Steam Deck, so I was like, oh, I'll just play it on my PC instead. So I booted up on the PC, and then it reverted to the save file before I bought the GTI in the game. So lost all that progress this morning.
That's always good. Also, Jordan, I will probably bring my laptop so that way when we get unscrewing with your car, I can also mess with my car some too.
Yeah. How much was the Steam Deck? Oh, no, go ahead, Michael.
Oh, I was just gonna carry on about nothing. Just want to finish tuning it ish, kind of.
That'll be sweet. I'll give you the space to do it too. How much was the Steam Deck? If you don't mind me asking, I got the cheap one. I cheaped out. I didn't get the big one that had the big storage. I was originally gonna get that one. The big one, the 512 gig, is $629. I paid at $399 for mine. Oh no! What? I'm guessing it's what Hayden just sent us.
Yeah, I'm BRB.
Oh no! I'm scared to know what you said.
The new Spider-Man movie looks lit, dude.
Oh no! But the Steam Deck was $399. I think it's a really good purchase. It's a good way to get into PC stuff for on the low because PC is expensive. It's a very expensive hobby. My Discord.
Nah.
A-Bitter sent me the eBay reps of the 1314 tails. Well, pull this back up. I'm scared to know what you sent.
It's fucking hilarious.
Is it hilarious as in like it's actually funny or is it disgusting?
Both.
Bruh. Why is this a thing? I'm sure that driver loves that.
I would be. Dude, I'd love to drive with the show.
Oh, nah.
Oh God, I hate me.
That's not bad. That's what my Series X was. Yeah, I just was a big fan of the fact that it could play pretty much any PC game. That was the main reason why I got a Steam Deck. Even though a lot of games are still incompatible. Have you thought about doing a podcast? I have. I've been planning one out for years, but I just have never had the time to properly set it up. And it's been hard for us all three to get together and do one. I mean, I think we would be great at it. I think that would be something we could all do. I think.
Hey, Bumblebee.
Huh?
Can you fix your radio?
What? I'm so confused. So, anyway,
What are you laughing at, Hayden?
we've wanted to do a podcast, and I'd be down to have you on too. But we're just trying to figure out setting something like that up, and maybe that will take over these Conversation Street streams. Maybe we'll discontinue those and just do a live podcast that we plan out and do. My concern though is, all the BS that happened with all of the other live podcasts and just spam comments and stuff like that. I would be more probably down to do like a pre-recorded one where we just all get on Discord and we turn the cameras on or whatever and just kind of talk that way, and then I can post it like SoundCloud or Spotify or something like that once I figure all that out. But anyways, I think we have hit that time. It's getting kind of late. Well, I mean, it's not that late, but
Late.
we've been doing this. We've been rolling for about an hour and a half, so I think we might be popping off of here and playing some games or something like that.
Yeah, I got to be in bed by 9.
Yeah,
Mom said so.
Dang. But
I hate you.
is there anything you guys like to add before we cut this automotive stream off?
Bye.
Okay. Oh, okay. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for tuning in. 8-Bitter, definitely, let's do it. I'm down to play some Heat right now, so pop on over. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.